Ladies and gentlemen, happy Easter Sunday. It is a rainy Easter Sunday. It has rained throughout the night. Maji, mvua kila mahali. Ladies and gentlemen, the Luo nation is always known to start with the truth. The Luo nation is known to always defend the nation. The Luo nation is known to have true nationalists. If there are people who deserve credit for fighting for this country, it is the Luo nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Luo nation has refused to support the broad-based government. The people on the grassroots are telling Odiga's family no to your plans, no to supporting William Samoei Ruto. They are telling Ida Odiga not convince them to support William Samoei Ruto. They are telling Raila Amolo Odiga, sasa tumekujua, we are not boarding. I want you to watch this guy here before I give a critical analysis why the Luo nation is not boarding the broad-based government. And then you tell me what you think about this gentleman here and the Luo nation.
Mama Ida Odinga, hatuna shida na nyinyi kuingia kwa government, sababu hiyo ndo tabia yenye mmezoea. Kila siku watu wetu kama jamii ya Wajaluo tukisaa kufa, munapitia kwa mlango wa nyuma, munaingia kwa government. Hatujakataa Mama Aida. Lakini swali langu ni moja. Ni which government ambaye tunaingia? Kwa government ambaye iliua watu wetu 2020 financial bill ya 2023 to 2024. Kwa government yenye iliua watu wetu kwa financial bill ya 2024-2025. Mama Aida, nyinyi ingeni tu kwa government ya Ruto, atukatai. Lakini sisi kama jamii ya Wajaluo, musitulazimishe na kuingia kwa president kusupport William Samoei Ruto. Musitulazimishe nayo. Sijui ni pesa gani inatembea hapa Nyanza saizi kwa ma MPs wetu. Ambaye ma MPs wetu saizi sisi kama raia tumekuwa adui wao. Sababu gani? Sababu tunapinga broad-based government. Sababu tunapinga. Sasa sisi kama wananchi ambaye tuliwapea kazi, sasa tunakuwa adui wao. Kama Ruto anawapea pesa, kuleni tu pesa na vizuri tu. Lakini msiwe na mdomo mingi ya kukuja kutulazimisha nayo tuingie katika serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Sisi hatuingii. Comes rains, comes shine. Sisi hatuingii kwa government ya William Samoei Ruto. Hatuingii, na sisi kama vijana wa Luo Nyanza hatutaingia. Nyinyi ingieni tu mkule. Naona saizi mtu kama Opondo Kaluma, the way you are talking. Ndo maana mimi nasemanga siku zote, sio kama unaongea Kizungu wewe uko na akili. Kizungu is just a language of communication. Sasa hii haimaanishi sasa you are wise. You are not wise. Opondo Kaluma, stop lecturing us. Stop lecturing us, band. Usitulazimishe na serikali ya Ruto. Tumekataa na hii ndio iko kwa ground. Tumekataa na tutaingia. Hata mkuje na nini hatutaingia. Musitulazimishe nayo. Mtu kama Fatuma, huyu women rep wa Migori. Fatuma women rep wa Migori, juzi nilikuona ukikastigate Orengo eti amutaki watu wenye wako kwa position saizi. Surely Fatuma, wewe umechaguliwa tu juzi hapa. Hata hujamaliza hata miaka 3. Hata mavi yako haijafika kwa septic tank ya parliament. Haijafika, lakini unakuja kutulecture kama ambaye wewe ulianza hii government 19 something. We will not go to that direction, and we as the people of Luo Nyanza, Luo region, tunakuja na tsunami yenye itafagia watu wote wenye wameingia kwa serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Because sisi ndo tunaumia hapa. Ni nyinyi tu watu wenye wanaimba broad-based government pale Nyanza. Pale Nyanza kila saa tukiamuka, hawa wabunge wetu kila saa tukiamuka ni broad-based. Hiyo ndio kitu ambao wanatuimbia siku hizi. Wamesahau na kufanya hata kazi yenye wanafaa wafanyie wananchi. Kwetu bado kuna mpaka barabara za matope. Barabara ni mbovu. Mashule ziko za matope pale Nyanda pale. Sasa hiyo mnatulazimisha nayo tuingie tu support William Samoei Ruto. Comes rains, comes shine. William Ruto kuuza Luo Nyanza ni ngumu saizi.
If you watch this gentleman very keenly, you look at the body language and the tone of his language. I've always told you that the meaning of the message is always in the body language and the tone. When you look at the body language, it tells you that he is not happy with Odiga's family. If you listen to the tone, It is a tone of bitterness. It is a tone that shows that there's a feeling of betrayal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to discuss why Raila has failed to win the Luo Nation to the government side. And I want us to start by looking at James Agri Orego. He has said no, he is not boarding. If you look at Babu Owino, he has said no. If you look again at Anyang' Nyong is not actually supporting the broad-based government. So what is happening to the Odiga family? Is the Odiga family crumbling? Is the Odiga family losing its grip for the Luo Nation? I want us to look at why the Luo Nation has actually not boarded 100%. Although I'm not saying that William Samoei Ruto is not getting support from the Luo Nation. Yes, he has some pockets of people who are supporting him. But when you look at the ground itself, majority of the people, majority of the common mwananchi wanasema ya kwamba wao sio buzi, wao sio kodoo, wabao wanapelekwa kiti jioni pasi na kuuliza swali. Number one is because of history. I've told you, the Luo Nation, the Luo leaders have always been on the right side of history. They have always been on the side of people. Look at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, when he realized that what they promised the people of Kenya, when he realized that the home guards were the one who were benefiting, not the freedom fighters, he wrote a book, Not Yet Freedom. He wrote that book, and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga started a different party, and he was actually able to resign. Remember Jaramogi later resigning and saying he cannot continue actually getting a salary that he feels that he does not deserve. So Jaramogi Oginga Odinga could not stand to see the people suffering when he himself was pocketing millions and millions of money. Look at Tom Mboya. Look at Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga has always been on the side of history, apart from this time that he's seen to be against the people. So when you look at this history, you agree with me that history cannot allow people like James Orego, people like Babu Owino, people like Anyang' Nyong to go against the people. And history, you always predict the future and actually tells about the present. Number two is that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto and many other leaders have forgotten that we are now having a different kind of population. We are having what we call a tribalist generation. A Luo in Nyanza, a Kikuyu in Murang'a, a Kalenjin in Eldoret, and a Luhi in Kakamega. And those youthful leaders who are actually, those youthful people who are below that 5 years, they speak the same language. When I interact with these guys, they don't bother where you come from. They don't bother as long as you are Kenyan, as long as you are communicating. So this idea of actually trying to bring people in terms of tribe is no longer working. And the Odinga's family have always struggled, the Luo Nation, and they have always told them that sisi Waluo tunafanywa hivi, just like it happens in other parts of the country. Actually, it is not only in Luo Nyanza, but when you look at it, anybody who comes with a tribal card, it is not going to work for this great republic. It may work for those people who are in their 60s, but people who are below 35 years, you cannot convince them in terms of tribe. In fact, when they interact in the social media, they don't care. They don't bother. Look at the social media and you see the kind of people who are following people. They don't bother who you are, as long as you are convincing them, as long as you have something to tell them. Sababu nyingine ya kutokuwa na ugwaji mkono wa Raila Amolo Odinga, sababu nyingine watu kata kuingia jahazi ambalo linaelekea Jogomeo, is because the so-called experts have failed. If you may ask you, when you look at Raila Amolo Odinga's experts, what can you say about the economy since John Mbadi became the CS Treasury? Have you seen any change? Are things better or are things worse? When you look at others who actually were given very senior positions, is there anything that you can say, akina Opiyo Wandayi, kuna jambo lolote ambalo unaweza kusema, have you seen the cost of electricity coming down? have you seen connectivity increasing, being tripled, being quadrupled? Tumeona mambo kama haya. Wakati ambapo tunaona suala kama hili likitokea katika sehemu ya Luo Nyanza, ni kwa sababu ya kutamauka, hopelessness that is creeping around the nation, not only in Luo Nyanza but actually in this so-called great republic. There is also this feeling, unajua, if there are people who have suffered in this country trying to fight for justice, it is the Luos. Children killed, men maimed, mothers raped, young leaders disappearing, assassination, and many other things. Now, when they see, William Samoei Ruto did not fight for this constitution. That is the truth of the matter. And that is why William Samoei Ruto cannot be very keen on implementing this constitution. Raila Amolo Odinga was in the front line. Raila Amolo Odinga was actually rigged out. His election was stolen. His victory was stolen, that is. Lakini sasa watu wanamuona Raila Amolo Odinga akiwa katika meza moja na lile kundi ambalo linasemekana kwamba linafaa kuwa katika upinzani. In fact, William Samoei Ruto should be in the opposition. But when you see now people, that bitterness, that feeling of bitterness is making people like the man who is speaking here, the gentleman who is speaking here, because I think he's speaking out his heart. And many people would speak out their heart if they are given the chance. There is also the issue of the Odinga's fatigue. No, Raila amekuwa pale kwa muda mrefu. Vijana wamechoka, watu wamechoka kusikia ati if you're not with Raila Amolo Odinga, if you're not supporting Raila Amolo Odinga's candidate, hakuna jambo ambalo linaweza likatimizwa. Na ikiwa hivi ndivyo mambo yalivyo, watu lazima wataripoka. You can cheat some people all the time, but you cannot cheat all the people all the times. And that time imefika. Mjiga akielevuka, mwerevu yu mashakani. What is your take, ladies and gentlemen? Otherwise, enjoy your Easter, and I wish you peace of mind, blessings, and everything that comes with Easter. Bye-bye.